Hi everyone, Jan Fursdon here from Fursdon House. Thank you so much for hanging in there. It has been a while, a long while, almost 6 months since I've been on video and about 8 months since I've created a journal. But I'm back now, at least for a little while. We've been doing a lot of traveling, and now that my husband has retired, it's like, ooh, we're going to travel some more. So it's good. It's all good. What I have here is a gift that I've made for someone. She doesn't know she's getting it. And it's very special, and I wanted to share that with you before I popped it in the mail to her. The pouch that it is all in, it's a lovely linen pouch. It has this beautiful trim. I want to say that may be Pico trim, but I could be wrong on that. I should have looked that up, but I didn't. But these little tiny nubs here and there. And then the cut work on this. Now, this is all hand done. And it's just beautiful. When I was much younger and had better eyesight, I could actually do some of this. And it's not easy. It's very detailed. And I just fell in love with it. But I got this in Germany about 4 years ago when I was visiting my daughter. And we went to this junk shop, and most of it was junk. But there was this one cupboard that had linens in it. And they had about, I think, 4 of these. And I've since used, this will be the 3rd one I've used, so I have to keep the other one for myself. But I couldn't figure out what they were used for. And I just wonder if they were used, because they're really too small to use for like things like your stockings and stuff. Because I know some women do that or used to do that to keep their nylons safe. They would put them in these linen pouches, if you will. And I wondered if it wasn't for someone to put silverware in back when, you know, we had sterling silver and less tarnishings. I don't know. Anyway, but they are beautiful, and this one is going on a trip. So here we have a beautiful brooch. Now, when it gets mailed, it will be actually fastened here. But for the sake of this video, I'm just, I've just attached it here. But there she is. And let's see if you can... There. And what this is a little sewing pouch. Just little sewing goodies, and that's kind of how I looked at it and thought, maybe this belongs to a lady from the last century, and, well, it'd be the other last century, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm just going to pull out little bits and pieces at a time. And in keeping with my storyline with it, the first thing I wanted to show you was this photocopy of a cabinet card that I have. I have the original, and I've just added some things to it. And on the reverse, I said, a favorite picture of my niece, 8th of August, 1898. So I thought, okay, yeah, that's going to sort of set the tone. And again, that's just for writing or whatever. These are just little bits of paper that I found from a magazine. And I printed them out on tea stain paper. And I did use a digital kit for some of these. The digital kit, I'll link it below. It's from Lisa and Olive, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, oh, I want one of those, I want one of those. And so I got it, and now I've got to make my own self one, so I love it. It's just neat, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go on. Everything in here is meant to be used if she wants to use it. It's entirely up to her. This is hers. This is just a little bit of green velvet ribbon. I'm just going to go ahead and undo it there. And we'll just put that aside. And I'm not even going to try and slaughter that name, but it's French. And you can see the back. And it's a trifold, which is what I really liked. I've seen a lot of just the singles, but this is a trifold. And I put in it some of my old lace that I have. And I just love these laces. And I tried to put in a little bit more than normal. I've seen them done where it's just one strip, and I thought, no, you got to have 2 strips. So there that is. And let's see, there's one more of those. Again, it's the same digital that I used for this one here. Isn't it pretty? And this one has larger pieces of lace that I've hoarded over the years. I love this lace. It's so lovely and intricate, and I thought it would go really well with that. But again, she can use it. That's the fun part. And it's just full of nice little things. Now, I have fastened this without thinking, and so I'm not going to undo it because that They just kind of ruin it. But what I put inside are some tassels. Upholstery tassels, which I've used on journals for a long time. And they're in the ruby red color scheme, which I wanted to match with this. But I can't show you because then I'd have to mess it up, so I'm not going to mess it up. But anyway, as someone who sews or collects sewing stuff, you need these things. So there's that. Here are some small things. You always need beads. Might have some trim you want to put on a dress or something. There's an old MF&C company. I'm not sure what it is. But it's an old wooden spool, and that's the original thread on it. That's not new thread. And again, keeping in that ruby tone, I thought was nice. This is just a little bit of velvet flower that came, oh goodness, what did it come off of? Something, I think it was a hat back from the 50s or 60s. But you never know when you can use these things, so I just put a little tag on them. And again, these tags, those are from the digital kit. You can see that. And I've just used staples to hold them together as if you just went out and purchased it. Let's see, we've got here's, yeah, there's another, again, from the digital kit. And that's 2 of these flowers. I just love these flowers. I've had them for ages. Well, not ages. I've had them about 2 years. They came completely white, and I tea stained them. Because I don't care for stark white. I much prefer a stained look. But there's that. And we're just going to keep digging. And that one's a special one. We'll do him later. Here are some other lace bits and pieces that I've done. And there's the outside of that. And again, this is from the digital kit. Just pretty laces. And these are some of my favorite, I call them roses. I don't know. It's a flower. It's a rolled up. I love them. You can get them in a smaller size than this, but this is my favorite size, and I use them a lot. So I thought those needed to go in there. Another beautiful piece of trim that I'm not even sure where I got it. But it's lovely, and I wanted to share. And this is metallic ribbon. This is actually made from metal. And I just love that too. And I thought, well, I like giving away things that I love, because if I love my figure, maybe someone else will too. And here's some very old lace that I had. This one, I think, no, I'm not sure where this one came from. But it's just very sweet. And again, there's the, so you have the 2 different kinds there. And then we have these little, for stick pins, I think it's what it is. I'm not quite sure. In the back, if you want to write something, you're welcome to, of course. This is just a very, very old, I think from the 40s, a little applique. I have very few left. But again, it needed to go there. And let's see, what do we have in here? Here are just some buttons. And again, I've already stapled it without thinking about the fact that I needed to do a video. But it's just a little bag that I've tea stained. And in here are some, I'm not sure if you can see that through there or not, but it's some of those pins that have the little, they kind of look like crutches. I know it sounds terrible, but that's kind of like what they remind me of. Where it's a perpendicular piece on the end, about a 1/2 inch, and then you have the long pin type. I don't know, dress pins maybe? I don't know. I should have found out, but oh well. Here's another same card that on the other one, but these are, oh, what are these flowers called? I love these things. They're some of my favorite flowers, and can I remember the name? Of course not. Not pansies. I don't think so. Or is it pansies? Petunias? Anyway, there they are. Maybe they are pansies. Anyway, they've been crocheted. I have a few left. This came from a larger piece that I'd gotten from a thrift shop. And I just kind of snipped them off, and there that one is. And what else do we have in here? One more of these. And I just put a little bit of crocheted work on there. And then this is just a little charm. here, this was kind of fun. Oh, let me do this one first. It's just a piece of green see-through ribbon, transparent, and it's got silver sequins on it. And of all places, I got this at Walmart several years ago. Never seen it since, and I love it. I love the color, and it was just something special. And what my gran used to do, she would save little tiny pieces of trim that she would want to use or whatever, and she would put a little pin in it, a safety pin, or sometimes she would put just a regular pin in it, and she'd save it. And so she always, you know, saved little bits and pieces. And that's what's in here. As a matter of fact, this one I did actually remember. These are from my gran. But this is exactly how she would have done it. As a matter of fact, this was done that way. I have a larger piece of this, but it was just, I just took a small piece like she's done, or she would have done, and folded it up and put it in. So that's from my gran. And then this little piece here, it's just a black and gold ribbon. And she would also wrap them around these pieces of cardboard and whatever, and then put a pin in it of some kind and hold it together. So that was kind of a little special treat. So that's from the gran. And that one, like I said, I actually remembered not to staple it. It was when I was doing that when I realized, oh great, I've stapled the others. These two were kind of fun because I was like, oh, I don't want to put buttons on the back. You know how you have... Because I love the look of a button with thread on it and stuff. I'm going to have to sew those buttons, and I don't want to. I'm lazy. And I thought, oh, Jan, just do it. So when I pulled out my large stash of buttons, right on top, and I'm not joking, right on top, were these two little strands. They're just thread. This is, I'm not sure it's not thread, but a thick thread, and this is a thinner thread. And they were just laying on top. These are literally how I purchased them. They came in a large jar of, you know, mother of pearl buttons. And I thought, well, now that's neat. So I'll just pick up the whole thing and put it on that way. And that way you can see the picture and everything without me having to sew them all on. But I just thought, okay, that's cool. I think they call that serendipity or something. Anyway, what else do we have in here? I managed to get quite a lot of stuff in here. It was neat. Oh, some more beads. I love the amber colored beads. They're just some of my favorite, and naturally you want to get twisted. I'll fix you later. But I love amber colored beads. I just think they're so neat, and I've had these for ages and ages. It was part of a necklace, and the necklace broke, and I thought, no, I won't wear it anymore. It was kind of like killed, but I was able to save the beads, and so now I'm making good use of them. And then these two little things, again, this is from the kit, the digital kit, and they just come undone. And what I did, this design was actually printed onto here on the back, but I just printed out another copy, as you can see. I think you can see there. And I just printed out another and just glued it right on top because I wanted it to stand out. And inside this one is a little flower, a little fabric flower. And it just sews up, or closes up like that. And again, this is from the digital kit. And I'll put that link below. And this is the last one. And it has two little flowers that they were very, very white, bright white. And I've tea stained them. And again, these are meant to be either cherished or used, or both. Put them in your own journals. So anyway, that I believe is all. Yes, it is. So there we have it. It's a little gift. I hope she enjoys it. And I have one more video, I think, coming after this to share with you something that someone has recently gifted me with. And then after that, I'll be gone again for a while. So take care. Sorry I took so long to get back with you, but life is life. I hope you're having a lovely day. It is the 5th of March, and it is rainy in Alabama. But again, it's kind of muggy too. It's warm. It's probably 65, 67. So anyway, it's on a Tuesday. Take good care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.